Morning, boys and girls. Good morning, families. Today is Thursday, October 15th, and this week we are learning about our sense of hearing. So last week we learned about our sense of sight. Now we're talking about our sense of hearing. So I'm going to read a book to you today called The Listening Walk by Paul Showers. I like to take walks. I take walks with my father and our dog. Our dog is called Major. He is an old dog and he does not walk very fast. We go down the street and we do not talk. My father puts his hands in his pockets and thinks. Major walks ahead and sniffs. I keep still and I listen. I call this a listening walk. On a listening walk, I do not talk. I listen to all the different sounds. I hear many different sounds when I do not talk. First, what do you think she hears? I hear Major's toenails on the sidewalk. Major has long toenails. When he walks, his toenails scratch the sidewalk. They go. I hear my father's shoes on the sidewalk. My father walks slowly and his shoes go dop, 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 dop. I can't hear my shoes. I wear sneakers. I hear all sorts of sounds on a listening walk. I listen to sounds I've never listened to before. I listen to lawnmowers. Lawnmowers are noisy. Have you ever heard a lawnmower? It's used to cut the grass. A lawnmower makes a steady zooming noise. It goes like this. Zoom. Can you make that noise? Zoom. I like to listen to lawn sprinklers. Lawn sprinklers are very quiet. They make different sounds. Some sprinklers make a steady whispering sound like this. Can you make that sound? Other sprinklers turn around and around. They go like this. Right? So some come straight up and others they spin. You might have seen some of these, maybe in a park or in your neighborhood. On a listening walk, I hear cars in the street. The shiny new cars are quiet. They make only a soft But old cars are very noisy. Old cars sound like this. Brack, 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 brack. When cars go around the corner too fast, the tires go, ah! Can you make that noise like a tire? Have you ever heard that noise? When cars stop quickly, the brakes go, On a listening walk, I hear all kinds of sounds. A bicycle bell ringing. Ring, ring. A baby crying. What does a baby sound like when they cry? Yeah, they go, wah! Right? A jet flies over. Jets are very noisy when they're overhead. What does a plane sound like to you? You make the sound. A boy runs by dribbling his basketball. Bump, 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 bump. Right? Have you ever dribbled a basketball and listened to the sound that it makes? A lady hurries by us. She's wearing high heels. What sound do you think high heels might make? Let's see, they go. Pick, bock, pick, bock, pick, bock. See the vowels? They change in the middle. Pick, bock. A bus is coming. The lady starts to run. The bus stops at the corner. The lady gets on. Have you ever heard a bus stop at the stop? It makes that noise, right? The bus starts up again. Have you ever been on a bus? I bet you there's different sounds you hear while you're on the bus too, right? Maybe people talking. Around the corner, men are digging up the street. They are using, you know what that's called? A jackhammer. It makes a loud banging noise. The jackhammer hurts my ears. I put my hands over my ears as we walk by. Sometimes my father and I take Major to the park. It's quiet there. The sounds in the park are not loud like the noises in the street. My father and I walk down a shady path. I do not talk. I listen. What do you think she might hear in the park? I listen to my father's shoes on the path. They make a soft sound. They go, chuff, 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 chuff. I listen to the birds in the park. I listen to the pigeons and the ducks. The pigeons fly down to meet us. What is she doing? Why do you think the pigeons fly down? She's feeding them. Have you ever fed the birds? The pigeons puff up their feathers. They take little tiny steps. They come toward us, nodding their heads. They say, they kind of coo, right? They make a cooing noise, pigeons. At the pond, the ducks are waiting. They want us to feed them too. The small ducks swim up close. They turn their heads on one side and look up at us. The small ducks waggle their tails and quack. They say, gank, gank, wonk, wonk. When we make duck noises, what do we think ducks sound like? Sometimes we say, quack, quack. Right? The big ducks are not so brave. I wonder why. They stay back and swim around in circles. The big ducks look at us, but they do not come close. The big ducks say, quack, quack. Sometimes I hear a woodpecker in the park. Have you ever seen a woodpecker? I saw one in my parents' backyard. It was right up on the tree. He goes, rat, tat, 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 tat. Right? His beak is pecking at the wood on the tree. In the park, I hear crickets in the grass. The crickets go, creak, 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 creak. I hear the wind in the leaves. It whispers. Shh. I hear bees in the flowers. What do the bees say? Bzzz. I'm sure we've all heard bees lately. It's fun to go on a listening walk. You don't have to go far. You can walk around the block and listen. You can walk around your yard and listen. You don't even have to take a walk to hear sounds. There are sounds everywhere all the time. All you have to do is keep still and listen to them. Right now, there are sounds you can hear. When you finish this page, close the book and listen. How many different sounds can you hear right now? Close your book and count them. So you can close your eyes and just listen to the different sounds that you hear. I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to play a game. You can keep your eyes closed if you want when we play, or you can open them. We're going to do a listening game. So let me just share my screen. And here we go. All right, let's see if you can guess the sound. What did you hear? Bowling. Have any of you ever gone bowling? Oh, that's the second sound. Have any of you ever gone bowling? And is that what it sounded like? When you hit the pins with the ball, right? Right, here's sound number 2. What do you think that might have been? Think about some sounds that you might hear at home. Let's see. What did you hear? Are you right? Did you get to play this question? Let's try another sound. What could that be? Did you guess an owl? Sound number 4. What did you hear? See if you were right. Were you right? Did you hear a pen clicking? There's one more sound. What might that have been? Didn't sound so good. Let's see. Uh-oh. It's a broken plate, right? When glass breaks, it makes a sound. Okay. So boys and girls, what I want you guys to do, and your teachers, what we want you all to do is to take a listening walk. It can be around your house. You can sit outside in your backyard and listen to sounds. You can sit on your front steps. You can go for a walk around your neighborhood. But we want you to try to listen to see what sounds you can hear. Try to find at least 5 sounds, okay? And then you can draw a picture of some of the things that you heard. We hope you have fun, and we can't wait to see your drawings. Bye, boys and girls.